Welcome. Just trying to bring up on my phone to make sure that I am in both. Corey Thorne, the spiritual healer, just making sure which microphone I'm even on. I just record the whole podcast and it was not on the right microphone, but I think I can save the day on the podcast. So just coming in to do my last video of the weekend for now. I am going to be taking some time off, but I want to come in and do one last video before then. I have a whole bunch of stuff coming out for YouTube today. I just did a podcast for She Is, and I have a podcast for She Is. I have a channeled message, which is just a little bit different of a message. Hello. I'm just letting people join in. Hi, Kathy. Hi to everyone else who's watching. So today is Good Friday. Today is a very big day for me in my channeling, in my work, in what I do, and my connection to Jesus. So there's much energy flowing through me today, and so much that I would love to be able to say, and so many things that I think it'll be that you'll get more in the YouTube videos. So welcome. We're just letting some people get in here. Just noticed there's a price tag on the bottom of my cup, and when I looked at the cup, I'm like, it says $9, which is all in the power of threes today. I'm just going to do a channeled message right now first, Kathy. That's for everybody, and I don't know how long I'll be in. I'm still trying to get myself back up and healthy. So I'm going to just trust wherever I'm here today. I don't know yet. So whenever I give messages, they are for everybody. Please remember that when I do these collective 3-card readings for our weekend, for whenever, there's a message in there for you. So let's see what it brings for us today and see if it brings anything for everybody. I do have a weird thing going out my eyes since I've been in here. So hold on. Let me figure this out today. I don't know what's to come in here yet today. So let me feel this out. I just recorded about 3 hours and only got 2 hours of video that can go to YouTube. And I just did about 3 hours of it, and only not even 2 hours. Probably 1 hour is YouTube usable, and the rest, it just is not something that I would put it on YouTube. So I've been talking since early this morning. Talking for nothing. I've been talking into a microphone and recording, and it's just not working today. Whatever is there is not meant to be out, and it seems to be supposed to be silent. So, and then I also even wrecked my hair last night and got my hair all messed up by turning it all these funky little colors with my shampoo. So yeah. So let's see what today brings us. So the first card that comes out is Desired Reflection, and it's Evangeline. And so this is Desired Reflection. So I've been doing a lot of work this morning on reflective listening and learning to use reflective listening and the power of listening. And I always say there wouldn't have been a man on the cross if people had to truly learn to listen. Put it that way. There wouldn't have been a man on the cross. There would not have been women being burned at stakes. There wouldn't be all of these things happening if we had learned to listen to. Instead of listening to our heads, we would have listened to our truth. We would listen to a voice that is much bigger than us. There's a true voice inside of us that always leads us home to do the right thing for the right reasons. And a lot of times in our lives, we are doing things impulsively, and we're reacting and responding out of a need to protect the pieces of us that don't need protection. They're the pieces of us that we need to let go of, the shadow. And so there's a lot of shadow things that are there that needs to be override, and we are right now. So a lot of the message that I'm downloading is we need to there's a big shift, there's a big change, and we need to override that energy. Today, I'm really in an energy. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm very at a loss of myself in the past few days. I've been going through a major healing, a major cleaning of my own to clear my energy, to detach from a lot of things. And I can tell you that there's a whole world out there that as much as you have people who love you, there's a lot that don't like you sometimes. And the words and thoughts that are in people's heads get stuck there. Thank you, Jaden. So yes, And happy Easter to everybody as well. Good morning, everyone else who's joining. Yesterday was my birthday. So the reason why you didn't see me in here yesterday was it was my birthday. I turned 50 years old. My birthday's on April Fool's Day. And so I had my 50th birthday. So I've been around the moon a little bit here. I've been around the sun a few times. I've been around this world many, many lifetimes. But yesterday was my birthday. So I tried to take some time away. I tried to make it for myself. And the universe just made sure my phone died while I was out for lunch with my daughter. And it's during a pandemic. So we always had that big plan that I would do something big for my 50th. But I did do something big. I spent it with the joy of my life, my beautiful granddaughter. So back to the desired reflection. So desired reflection, I'm just reading energy. I'm just letting the energy come into the room. There's still people joining. There's people coming in here. And I want to be able to feel like this energy. So peaceful perspective is the first card that I get. And you can see she's holding her light. She's holding her truth. She's holding the truth that she has discovered about herself. She's found her way to who she truly, truly is. And you don't realize how much of what we call our true self is not really your true self until you can let go of a whole lot of stories. You've got to release we are truly that onion until you can learn to say fuck it to a lot of things, till you can really truly not to be holding people from the past hostage or the past hostage. There's so many things that need to be set free. As you can see, I look very tired today. I'm very exhausted. I'm in a very tired energy. Us that work as channels and seers and prophets and mystics, we've been traveling through a lot of very heavy energy for the past year. And there's just so many things that have been, and it just feels like today it's like we finally have been like spit out and just said, go home and rest, that, we can take care of it from here. But I'm telling you, I can't tell you what I'm feeling today. I don't even have what it says. But the desired reflection back to her and holding her light and holding her truth is that she's looking directly at you. So when you can really look in the mirror at yourself with honesty and truth, and be able to know that every bit of the journey means that you have to let go. You have to let go of the control. You have to let go of the desired outcome of what you think things should be, or how you think the world should be, or how you think your world should look. And you have to have trust, and you have to have faith that everything will unfold for the truest of you when you learn to become the truest of you. Everything that you're trying to create, every relationship that you try to create that is based on the person that you're trying to be, truly takes us away from self. The more that you come in alignment with you, the more real your life gets, the more honest your life gets, the more you got to deal with the real things. Though you really truly have to deal with the real things. And that's really hard. So I wrote a podcast. It started as a blog. It turned into a podcast, but I wrote a blog about weathering the storms. And two of the biggest questions that I'm always asked. And one is, how did you let the past go? And how did you learn to love yourself? And in the podcast, I speak of, I never ever let the past go. You don't ever let your past go, because that's just a terminology that we use of being able to free yourself so you don't carry so much misery and suffering. The other thing is, how did you learn to love yourself? That was the question I always get asked. How did you learn to love yourself? And I said, I don't know if I said that I actually love myself. And I've learned to become comfortable in my own skin, and to make peace with who I am and what I have to work with. And what I have to work with. And there's parts of me that, if I wanted to go into comparison game or competition game, you could probably become very caught up in everything that will take you farther away. I've learned to make peace with the past. I've learned that the past is here for a reason, and that the past is a reference point. The past really truly allows you to be able to work with knowing that you have been there before, that you've witnessed something, that you've been an observer to things, and you have an opportunity to be able to move beyond. But you cannot, the thing about the past is that you were in it. Your past. So you were a part of your past. So you can't get away from you. You can't run away from you. Accepting that it is the past, and knowing that when you can free yourself of holding yourself hostage to it, or holding anyone else hostage and accountable for everything that's happening to you today based on the past, is a freeing experience. And that's the difference. Learning to love yourself. Well, first you have to learn what it means to to love. You have to know the definition of love is more than the word love, to understand that there's something more powerful, and it includes this thing called dignity. And it's a big word, is dignity. And to be able to set yourself into a healing energy of understanding that when you treat yourself with the same love, dignity, and respect that you want to treat everyone else with, then you start to realize that there's a lot of places and people that you may not have treated with love, dignity, and respect, that you may have not been very nice to along the way. And so when you can look at that, you realize that there's a lot for me to learn. So the big thing about learning self-love was to first understand that you first have to find you. The other part was the fact that you have to truly unlearn. You have to unlearn and deprogram and uncondition from everything that you have been taught to believe that has been, or that you've used to create the version of you that was living your life for you all along. And in awakening and spiritual awakening and growing and evolving into the essence of walking with the channel that I work with, was that what is the desired reflection? What do I want to reflect out into the world? What do I want to give into the world? So what do you want to reflect into the world? What do you want to be your contributing part of doing the best, to do things for the highest good of all in this world, and to hold yourself to the same standards that you're trying to hold everyone else to. If you want the world to be better, you got to be better. If you want people to do better, you have to do better. And there's such truth in that. And that's our card of the day that comes with her. And I didn't bring her up. I didn't bring up the cards. I didn't even, oh, they're still here. I guess I didn't do a whole lot in here. So let me see. She's number 31. And so that's how transformation begins. Oh, your auntie's birthday was yesterday as well? Yeah, it's a birthday you never forget. So this is desired reflection right here. And so she is fully stepping into crone energy. She knows who she is. She's been through her transformation. She's walking in her transformation. She's walking in her light. She's walking in her love. She knows she has a journey to go. She knows she has to keep moving. She knows there's no clear path. There's no clear direction. She knows she's going to have to choose, but she's looking into the reflection of us with dignity, honor, love, and respect. And she's telling us to do the same thing today. And if you look at 31, she can also be a 4. She can be a 2. So it's like you have the opportunity to go either which way. And sometimes when we're trying to stay in all worlds and we're trying to be liked and loved by everybody, or we're trying to be a little bit of everything for everybody, is you don't realize how much you lose yourself. And that's a big eye-opener for me as I turned 50, is that I lost myself in my first job, and then I come to find out that I was also losing myself in this work. Go figure. So there's a lot to be learned and a lot to discover. So have I fully really learned to love myself? No, probably not, because I still love everyone else more than I love myself. So that's an issue. I like myself, and I like myself a whole lot, and I like what I've become. But because I don't make myself a priority enough, then I really realize that. And there's so much truth when you start to be honest with yourself. So our next card that I'm going to give, and this is, because I'm losing my throat, and because I've been losing my voice so much, you haven't seen me do so much mediumship work. And not that I still can't do my mediumship work. I choose not to, because it takes a lot of work. Mediumship, and this is the thing about channeling and mediumship work. We have to drop down every bit of our guard. We have to let everything go. We have to give ourselves over. We have to hand over, like, I'm a physical medium. So I can feel the essence of people. They speak through me. I let the spirit drop into me. I let spirit drop into me and do the work. That kicks your ass. And it's like running a freaking marathon. And it takes a lot of work to do that. So when you're not feeling well, when you're not feeling your best, I always like to say that, it's like, when I'm not feeling my best, I save it for my work where it matters at the time. And so I have to save all of that work for my individual one-on-one sessions, where I know I can go in, be the best that I can be, do the work that I need to do. And then I got to do the rest of my work. And so I will be back doing full mediumship. It's not that I haven't. It's just that I want to be well before I'm back in here all the time. So this is my full-time job, right? And so the way home to me, and so this card is going to signify everything that I'm feeling today, everything that's going on. So to some people, Good Friday is just another day. And it's just like, oh, we get a day off of work. Well, most of us are off work, but it's like you get a day off work. No one puts any thought into what Good Friday is. And so the essence of Good Friday being connected into the fact that somebody made a choice to put a man on a cross, whether you're believe in Christianity or not, the fact that somebody made a choice to put a man on a cross, and whether or not he chose to be the person who would do that and that would be his calling, is that somebody made a choice to end somebody else's life, and that we glorified it and we made it into something of that man, it represents the whole need that we surrender our suffering over to him, and to glorify that. It was still wrong, and no matter how much we look at it, it is wrong, but there's a beauty to endings. And so when we can start to end a cycle, and we're here now to end the cycle, to stop crucifying people, to stop putting people up on crosses, to stop doing things to people to take them out of alignment, to out of kind of stop ending people's opportunity to be them. And so this beautiful card actually represents death, and she's the way home. So the way home to me was to let a lot of things die, to not to hold on to a lot of things. So a lot of things for you that are going to take you onto the path of a new beginning, an awakening, to being able to be the truth of you, is to not be able to allow life to end, that you have to let some things end, including our old stories, including the way that we view life, including the things that we do to be hurtful and harmful to other people, in a need to be right, in a need to be right, in a need to be the one who gets the last word in, the one who's going to be the one to say, you're all wrong and I'm canceling you and you're all done, like that kind of energy, like just that kind of energy. And that being able to come home to you is to be able to make peace with that, to stop the war, to stop being at war with yourself. That rainbow bridge, that whole bridge that we cross over, is from our human self to our higher self. So even when we leave Earth, when we go to leave, death is a beautiful experience for the person dying. It may not be a beautiful experience for you, but it's a beautiful experience for the person dying, because they're crossing into that beautiful spiritual realm, returning to home. So if we let things end that need to end in our own personal headspace that we get caught in, we have the opportunity to start creating our heaven on earth, to be able to allow ourselves to think, to live, to believe, to operate from a more beautiful space within, to find our way back into us. And so she represents 15, but 15 is also a 6. So there's so much magic in the numbers. And so she's 15, she's in that mother energy. She's not all the way there. She knows the journey. You can see she hasn't made it to the end. She's only in the middle. She's only in the middle of there. And also when you become a light worker, and so her name is Emi. Emi. So she's me spelt backwards with a capital E. So, and me spelt the right way. So she represents the power of the I am, me, right? Home to you, me, the power of I am. So without using the words I am and the Saint Germain and the essence of coming into the light of the love and the love and light within us to embody light, is that she actually, her name was shifted and changed. So she wouldn't just be the I am card. She's the everything card. And in light working, and as a light worker, we walk the middle road. We stay in the middle, not saying we don't have opinions, views, and thoughts. It's just that the fact that we know the power of neutral. And when you can find that neutral space in your head, that you can make some very wise decisions and choices from there, so that you can let endings happen, so that you can come to an end and not be making so many conclusions, and to just be able to trust that journey and to be able to walk from that place. And so there's such beauty in knowing that an ending is a beginning of something new. An ending starts that new journey. And today, as we know that the crucifixion happened and Jesus being on that cross and the endings that happened, so with that ending, there was an opportunity to take that and to not to stay in the misery of it, not to stay, but to use it as an opportunity for the highest good, to bring forth a change, to choose something of a nugget of that, something that brings light into that rise again, that we have an opportunity to begin again, to start again, to walk towards us. Today and every day, there's an opportunity for you to make the choice to walk towards you, to walk in your direction, to walk in your light, to be present with you, to be there with you, and to know your truth, to understand that your truth usually comes when you're at the end of just saying that I've had enough, I've done enough. And hold on one second. um, I thought I was going to be in here longer, but I have to go. Apparently, I have to be somewhere. And so this beautiful card, she's not there. She's in that middle road. She's in the beginning. She's on her way home to her. And knowing that no matter if you're on your way home, if you're on your way to something, that you are walking the way, that you are walking in the direction you're supposed to be going. So as long as you're walking towards love and light, you're walking the right direction. You are human. You haven't got it perfected. You don't know it all, and that's okay. As long as you are walking towards love and light, you are walking towards the right direction. As long as you're not walking the opposite direction and you're the person putting people on crosses or crucifying other people or judging other people or judging yourself, as long as you're not going back to the past the way things used to be, and you keep you keep moving towards love and light and going the right direction, you are moving in the right way. You're going the right way. And so like this weekend, I'm going to be going towards the direction of where my granddaughter is, to be able to see her with her little Easter bunny ears and her Easter direction, to go towards love and light, to walk towards that. And so at the end, this is how beautiful this is. At the end, we have a beautiful opportunity to return to wholeness, to come home again with the beautiful rebirth card, to know that there is so much magic in being able to let things end, to come to an end. Once you start to know you, which is the peaceful perspective, once you know what you need to let go of, what you need to die, once you know that you're walking always towards that love and light, and that when you truly know that when something goes and a new beginning starts, and I've always heard this, my grandmother used to always say this to me. She used to say, whenever someone would die, she says, "Oh, a new one was born today." She always used to say that to me. Oh, look, somebody passed today. She said, it's so sad that somebody passed. And then she would say to me, but somebody else was born today. But somebody else, I knew somebody else is enjoying, somebody else has that moment of enjoying. There's somebody else, so there's an opportunity. So when we let our thoughts go, when we let go of those past moments, and we can step into that moment to be able to see that rebirth and to hold the experience, to hold the moment. So every time you start walking towards you, every time you're walking into you, every time you're walking into the love and light of embodying the truth of you, who you really are, you're walking towards light. You're walking towards love. And we are being held in such beautiful spirit this weekend and such beautiful love. Today is a day to honor from the heart of you, from who you are at the heart of you, from who you are at the essence of you, from who you truly know that you can be. And right, you just can't make this shit up. And so there's just so much magic and so much love around us today. I've been struggling with my messages all day. I didn't know where to take them. I didn't know what to do with them. I recorded a whole session and I was almost to the end of it, and it was a podcast. And I just stopped in the middle of it, and or almost at the end of it. And I said, this is fucking bullshit today. It's not how I feel. It is not my truth today. I can't give a podcast to the world. And I was speaking this out in the recording, right? As if I was speaking to people. And I just said, I don't have that today. And I don't have that to give. And that's honesty. And I just spoke the truth and just said, you know what? I am not always sure what self-love is. I know that I'm walking towards me. I know that I've let a lot of things end. And the fact that I don't think that I'm fully into that presence of self-love is because often I'm still saying a lot of yeses where I should be saying a lot of no's. If I just spent 3 days having to do such a major clearing on me because I've allowed to give so much of myself again, then obviously there is a part of me that do not spend enough time in that rebirth. When those moments happen for me, when I receive these messages, when I'm held in love, I don't sit in it long enough. I don't give it to me long enough because I want to share everything with the world. And that speaks volumes about who I know I truly am becoming. but also about knowing that it's so important for you to value you, to know that you have to spend time with that, to allow yourself time in your lower moments, your darkness, your sadness, whatever it is, to honor it, to appreciate it, to be there with it, but to also know that there is light in the dark and that you are the light in the dark and that you have the opportunity to be your light in the dark every single day, to be the one that has the power within to rise yourself up and out from there, to know the power of I am, the power of the Saint Germain, the Mother Mary, the light of the Lord Jesus Christ, whatever it may be for you, from the stars, the moons, the aliens, I don't care what you believe in, whatever it is for you, to know the power that is behind it, to be able to find your truth, to speak your truth. And some days you just don't have it. And some days you just are not there. And some days you just don't want to give it. And some days you're not ready to let go. And that's fine. And that's truly a place of understanding the power of being neutral, saying, you know what, I don't know which direction I'm going to go, but I know I have to make a choice. I have to decide. And if you make the choice to always walk towards love and light, you'll always make your right choice. And from that place, I know I always make my choices. So from that place of love and light today, I send you absolute love and light for this weekend, for this journey. I am downloading a few more videos into YouTube, and then I am leaving all social media for the weekend. I'm getting away from the computer. I'm moving away, and I'm taking a whole weekend to be present, to be able to embrace this weekend for what it is, to channel through my messages, to write them through. Whatever they are, I will give them out, but there will be some content for you to be able to enjoy over the weekend. So I just did the TikTok video. That's up. It's on Instagram. And there will be one coming out each day. Thank God they pre-program them. So happy Easter. Please, please, everybody, put your phones away. Take time to be present. Sit with your family. We have many blessings that are amongst us, that are with us, that we are letting time slip away with. We are letting precious time with the people that we love slip away in the desire to be trying to figure out what is going on in strangers' lives. Spend time with you. Be present with you. Honor you. And know that I will have your monthly zodiacs out, not today, but they will be out. They will be out as well this weekend sometime. So much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful day and a beautiful weekend, and shut it all down. Shut it all down. Nothing that's going to happen in this world is going to really, truly need our attention for us to say that we liked it, loved it this weekend, that we have so much in our presence and in our present moment for us to embrace and enjoy. So go enjoy your family. Go find the happiness and joy within, and just be able to know that you can truly sit with who you are today. So much, much love. I love you all. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye. Yes, send it to me, Alicia. Send it to me. So much love.